Hello everyone, GalacticStorm here. Welcome to the show, and today we are going to be doing the last episodes of our Rivals Guide, in which we are going to be reviewing the Nod Temple units. Sadly, CJ is busy doing some stuff in the meantime, doing Nod patrols, doing his own machinima, so he's a busy man sadly. So I had to find another person to help with this episode. So to introduce him, here is Mr.
Yeah, I know the role. Shut the fuck up. Oh. Hello, my fellow non-believers. It's time to pull out the big guns. And no, I don't mean my dick. Ha! We are gonna cover the best units within Nod. They can be freaking cool, deadly, and can scare the living bejesus out of GDI. From expensive to shut up and take my fucking money expensive, they can take out 2 types of units or all 3. All have lots of health and need coordination to take one of them out. So, let us show you on how we can use these beautiful temple units. God, if there was a large spider like this, I would absolutely nuke the everlasting fuck out of Australia. Why? Well, they got large spiders too, so fuck it. Ken can scream as much as he likes when I take one of those nukes. Oh wait, I'm getting off subject. Thankfully, they're robots, so the Widowmaker is very similar to the GDI Wolverine. It moves slow and has lots of health, and loves to kill infantry. Instead of guns, this itsy bitsy spider has flamethrowers so they can turn any kind of infantry to KFC. And that includes anything, from riflemen, grenadiers, zone troopers, anything. It also has a bunch of missiles on its abdomen, so it can take down air units just as efficiently. But like its counterpart, it absolutely sucks on vehicles or on other temple or tech units, and they can't do much against our little spider. Things like tanks, pit bulls, and MRSs can take them down, but don't get me fucking started on the tech or temple units, oh god. Oh yes, I love these things. We've been using them ever since the start of the Tiberium Wars. So to make this thing simple on what these things do, I'll make it clear. Who would win? These GDI scumbags? Lots of hot sauce! Again, some puny soldiers. Lots of hot sauce! Oh, you get what I mean. The flame tank spews a lot of fire at infantry, going 2 tiles down, and on the left and the right on the second tile. Even your own would get roasted by the flames, so be careful. It doesn't have much armor and it moves pretty quick for a tank. But, it can also rush in and destroy the base if given time. It's not as powerful compared to the Disruptor, but it will need some more time compared to, well, the earlier version of the game. But anywho, things like tanks, pit bulls, banshees, and anything vehicle destroying temple or tech units will destroy this thing in short order. The Centurion. Oh, if you're ever a badass and live long enough, then congrats! You get to try one of these things out. So the Centurion is a walking, talking tank thing, with one gun on the arm and a shield on the other. The gun does good amount of damage on ground vehicles and likewise with temple or tech units, but it's not the reason why you use this thing. The shield can block any kind of shot when a unit is firing at said Centurion. Anything, from tank rounds, from even a Titan particle gun thing. It can do it all. Hell, it can even take a direct ion cannon strike, and I'm not joking either. This thing can beat down Titans and Rockworms single-handedly, and it's great to cockblock the pads. The thing is, spam firing units like missile squads, grenadiers, sandstorms, or even the MRS can do lots of damage on this thing. The shield can only respond after a few seconds, and the Centurion does not have much health. While it can do great on one-on-ones, it won't do well with multiple units at once, so get protected depending on their position. The Confessors. If you happen to worship Cain and their Tiberium, you're awesome. But if you're a priest, or in this case, a confessor, even better. These holy boys come in a group of 3, and with these awesome looking miniguns. These guys will mow down any kind of infantry down, and even light vehicles and air units too. But it also has another ability. When near these guys, your infantry get a 50% attack speed, so militants can take down attacking shockwave troopers, or laser squads can take down talons or rhinos with not much damage. These guys are a little harder to kill by themselves, but send a group of militants, riflemen, and accompany them with buggies, cyber wheels, or talons, or even venoms can work against these fuckers. But if all else fails, use a fucking flame tank. Wolverine, those lots. The artillery. Wanting a ranged unit that can do more than 2 tiles away? No problem. It's somewhat similar to the Juggernaut, and it's a little cheaper. For one, it deploys faster than that fucking chicken walker, and 2, it can fire really close with no splash damage to the thing whatsoever. While the damn Juggernaut can use 3 guns, the artillery, however, can only use 1. But it can one-shot many infantry units, light units, and can do chunks of damage to tanks and some Templar tech units, though they can get through and can do a lot of damage back. The Shooty Boy has a little health compared to the other units, and will be vulnerable to the air, so protecting this thing with a stealth tank, Phantom, or Banshee will benefit the army really well. The Basiluk. What the fuck is this thing called? Okay. The Basilisk. It has lots of names, like the Flying Magnifying Glass, the Tower of Doom, the Border Wall. The Basilisk can fly really slow and have lots of health, and fires the same gun similar to the Giga Cannon. Thus, it can fire from 2 tiles away. But unlike the Scoot and Shoot, this giant magnifying glass can increase its damage after a few seconds on firing. Any kind of vehicle will be melted to gloop, and infantry will be turned into instant ashes. The only counter that it has is they cannot go against any kind of aircraft. It can't do shit to them. But things like hammerheads, phantoms, and banshees can take them down with some time. The Rockworms. Yeah, we made these nice little tunnels that we can travel from place to place. And guess who made them? These things. But if you ever see these things on land, there's only death. When a rockworm is moving, these things go underground and would be immune to any kind of damage possible. Even fucking ion cannon strikes if those help. But if you see one of these things resurface, may God have mercy on your soul. When it does, it will do splash damage to those all around it, doing big damage on light vehicles and infantry, and just some on heavier vehicles. Any strike, however, will fuck up anything, not just tanks or tech units, but also on infantry. It can be used to deny pads, and it's really good on taking out harvesters. However, the downside is that it can be vulnerable to air units, ranged units, and multiple infantry. Things like Giga Cannons, Mohawks, Grenadiers can take it out, although with some time, thanks to the huge amount of health these things have. Cyborgs. While being a badass, I do not want to be these guys when they get a virus, or get caught in a solar flare. These guys are close to what the zone troopers are in GDI. They come in a pair of 2 and walk like a fucking crab. But the guns that they have on their arms should be the most issue to most vehicles that they come across. They fire an EMP burst onto them, so they will not only take lots of damage, but they will slow down enough that they can take another parting shot at them, or another unit that can take them down too. They are also a pain in the ass for air units too, as they can take down most on offer. While these things are great on air and land vehicles, they do little to none on infantry. 2 militants or riflemen can take a big shit on them, let alone shockwaves or flame troopers. The Avatar. The last temple unit on offer is the best that we have. This big bastard's not the master of all 4 elements, but more on firebending. The Avatar walks just like the Centurion and has a good amount of health, but nothing like the Mammoth tank. However, it will give death and destruction to anything that's in its wake. For infantry, for example, they will be introduced with a whole bunch of hot sauce, and with vehicles, well, they'll be killed by a very large laser pointer that would melt vehicles just like plastic. It also does this while on the move, and these things will have more time to be produced. So destroying harvesters or just having 2 harvesters of your own would help. While this thing is a badass in every right, it will not take much to take it out. Things like multiple tanks, laser drones, mohawks, Kodiaks, Basilisks, and other air units can take this down real easily. However, it doesn't die just simply after that. After it goes down, the whole damn thing will explode, killing anything or anyone that's in the vicinity of that unit, except air units. Damn it. Well, that was a lot to talk about. Now I gotta switch this up to Galactic, but I hope all this helps, and, well, if I don't see you, I'll see you outside the battlefield.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you all very much for watching this series. Be sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And be sure to look at my Facebook page down below. I will be doing the newer units soon. However, I do want to give out a huge special thanks for CJ Bull for helping me out within the Nod units. So I hope you all see his Facebook page and his YouTube page down below. Without him, I wouldn't have gone this far. So thank you all very much again, and I'll see you all later.